I do this because Texas courts are public, but please don't give out addresses or phone numbers while we're recording, okay?
Okay.
All right, today's date is May 2nd, 2022. In Gray County, Texas, I call cause number 40018 in the interest of the Kano children. What says the state?
State is ready, Your Honor.
Present by telephone is Adriana Rodriguez. Are you ready to proceed, Ms. Rodriguez?
Yes, ma'am.
Present by audio and video is Andres Cano. Are you ready to proceed, sir?
Yes.
All right, you may call your first witness, Mr. Blackburn.
Thank you, Your Honor. Your Honor, the parties actually have a partial agreement. May I announce the parties' partial agreement?
Yes, please.
Your Honor, my understanding is the parties agree that Ms. Rodriguez will carry the insurance for the children through another source. Mr. Cano will reimburse $264.80 for medical support beginning the first day of June 2022. The parties also agree to a judgment consistent with the state's records, approximately $5,000 as of the end of last month. Mr. Cano will pay that back at the rate of $75 per month. And Your Honor, I will offer into evidence State's Exhibit 1, a copy of the pay record.
Admitted as State's number 1.
Thank you, Your Honor. And Your Honor, the contested issue primarily, I believe, is the current child support amount that should be set going forward.
All right. Then I'll hear testimony on that. Go ahead, Mr. Blackburn.
Thank you, Your Honor. First, Your Honor, I'll ask that the court take judicial notice of the prior order in the case from December of 2020.
I take judicial notice of the contents of the court's file, specifically the prior order from 2020.
Thank you, Your Honor. And I'll call Ms. Rodriguez, Your Honor.
All right, Ms.
Yes.
Rodriguez, do you solemnly
Yes.
swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, I swear.
Thank you, ma'am. All right.
Thank you, Your Honor. Ma'am, what is your full name?
Adriana Castillo Rodriguez.
And what are the names of the children in this case, ma'am?
Andres Cano Jr., Carolina Cano Jr., Cano, and then Mariana Mercedes Cano.
Okay. And Mariana, she's over 18 and she's graduated from high school. Is that right?
And no, she's graduating this year. She just turned 18 in September, but she's still in school.
So she'll be graduating sometime this month.
Yes, the 28th.
Congratulations. Okay.
Thank you.
So for June going forward, ma'am, we're really only going to be talking about Carolina and Andres. Is that right?
Yes.
Okay. Thank you, ma'am. And so, ma'am, did you hear that announcement that I made at the beginning of this proceeding about the insurance and the back pay?
Yes.
Is that your agreement?
Yes.
Are you asking the judge to approve that agreement?
Yes.
Okay. And as far as current child support, you're just wanting whatever the state guideline is to be calculated for. Is that right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. And so you don't agree to any deviation downwards that Mr. Cano has requested. Is that right?
No, sir.
Okay. Do you have anything else that you think the judge needs to be aware of?
No.
I have nothing else for this witness, Your Honor.
All right. Mr. Cano, do you have any questions you want to ask her?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Go ahead, Mr. Blackburn.
Oh, Mr. Cano, Your Honor.
Mr. Cano, would you raise your right hand, please? Do you solemnly swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give should be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do, Your Honor.
Thank you, sir.
May I proceed, Your Honor?
You may, Mr. Blackburn.
Thank you. Sir, what is your full name?
Andres Cano.
And did you hear that announcement that I made when we started this hearing?
Yes, I did, sir.
Is that in fact your agreement?
Yes, sir.
Are you asking the court to approve that agreement?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, as far as current child support, do you currently work, sir?
Yes, I do.
Where do you work?
I work for a company called Trilogy Services.
And what do you do for them?
I'm a supervisor in the oil field.
How much do you make doing that?
28 an hour.
Okay. And do you work full time?
Yes, I do.
Okay. Do you ever get any overtime?
Yes, it's kind of hit and miss right now.
Okay. But so you're not guaranteed overtime or anything like that?
No, sir.
Okay. But so you work 40 hours a week for $28 an hour, is that right?
Correct.
Okay. And do you have any other children?
Yes, I have one other child that lives with me now.
Okay. And that's your biological child?
Correct.
Okay. Now, based on the information that you told me, the $28 an hour, I calculated your gross monthly income to be $4,853.33. Would you agree that $28 an hour extrapolates to be that
Yes.
per month?
Yes. Uh-huh.
Okay. And accounting for the cost of insurance, I calculated that your child support based on the state guidelines should be $844. But you don't agree with that amount, is that correct?
Correct. I was wanting to see if I could get some leniency on the child support. I've had hardships because of it, and it seems like my child support just keeps going up and up. And I'm just, like I told you earlier, I feel like I'm just getting traction. I had my house almost repossessed, and so I've been on forbearance for over a year, and I just got everything going. So I'm okay with paying the insurance and the extra money to pay off the debt that I owe to the state, which is probably my first priority, if anything. And I'd like to see if I can get some leniency on keeping it the same.
All right. Let's see. And currently, your child support is set at $645, and that's what you're asking the court to that remain in place.
Yes, I do. And also, Judge, is the reason for that is because I don't even get to see my children, and I'm not even allowed to talk to them. And so I don't have her phone number. I have texts that I've sent out, and I would get no replies. So I just feel like she just wants more money from me. And, that's something that I need to bring to the table. I'm just kind of tired of having to dish out money every time she feels it's appropriate.
Okay. Pardon me, Your Honor.
Mr. Kano, I don't know if she requested this review or not, but the Attorney General's office on its own does check every 3 years to see if your child support should be adjusted. So it's very possible that they initiated this all on their own. What was the situation with your home almost going into foreclosure? What happened?
I got laid off, Your Honor, for almost a year. I just, there wasn't any work out here. The work that I do in sales and stuff like that, and supervisor positions that I've been applying. So I was unemployed for a very long time, and I had to be in forbearance for over a year. So I didn't pay my mortgage for almost a year. And luckily my mortgage company worked with me, and now I got my payments going back over. And so that's.
And how long have you been working for this company?
Since November, ma'am. I started working in
Okay.
November.
All right. Mr. Blackburn?
I don't think I have anything else, Your Honor.
Mr. Kano, anything else you want me to know that hasn't come up through the question and answer?
Well, I mean, the one thing I do want to say, Your Honor, is I've never wanted to not stop talking to my children. And, and I have had talked to my children, and every time that she has found out that I've talked to my children, they've been reprimanded. And I think that's unfair. But every time I try to talk to the child support officers about this situation, they tell me that I'd have to bring it before a family court, that I have to bring it back up before a judge.
That is correct.
And so
In Texas, it's child support and visitation are two separate things. One does not depend on the other.
yeah. And Miss Rodriguez has told me that I know where she lives and all this, but why do I have to meet? Why couldn't I meet with her halfway on anything? She always expects me to go out there and pick them up, and she has no consideration for me, obviously, and I don't need her to really, but as long as I could speak with my children, which has always been an issue. And if I don't know if you could talk to my children, but that'd be something that.
Well, they're becoming adults, so that will be another opportunity there. You do have to go by the last order that's in place in terms of the visitation. In terms of testimony on the child support.
Okay.
All right, based on the testimony and evidence before me, then I'm ordering Mr. Cano to pay Ms. Rodriguez child support of $800 per month to financial hardship starting May 1st of 2022. And that would drop down then if you would calculate the drop down, Mr. Blackburn, for one child in the home and one child based on 800 a month being the relative percentage.
Yes, Your Honor. One moment.
Okay. I'm waiving court costs in this matter, and I'm approving the agreement of the parties as to the insurance and the arrearages. I am ordering each parent to pay half of any medical bills not covered by the insurance.
Your Honor, I believe the step down after the 800 would be 622.
All right, we'll go with 622 once the second child emancipates. All right, Mr. Blackburn's going to prepare that order for my signature. I will sign off on it. There is a period of 3 business days during which anybody can request a new hearing. If somebody does that, you get a new hearing in front of the district judge, and nothing we've said or done today will bind Judge Vanderpool in any way. He would make his own decision. If nobody requests a new hearing, then this order starts to become final, and you should get a copy in the mail within approximately 2 weeks. If you don't get one, call the Amarillo AG's office. Just remind them to send you. All right?
Okay, thank you, Judge.
Good luck to you all, Mr. Cano. I'm glad you've got your situation straightened out in terms of employment. That is good news. And
yes, thank you.
congratulations to you both on your oldest child's graduation.
Thank you.
All right, bye-bye.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Poyster
Can I-
is here.
Pardon me, Your Honor. Mr. Kana, you can hit that leave meeting button.
Thank you. Have a good day.
Okay, bye-bye.
And then I guess, Larry, if you want to just take a break till 10:30, that would be great. Thank you for your help.
Yes, I do have somebody coming in. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Who's calling in on the telephone, please?
This is Sarah Cano Hernandez.
Mr. Poyster, do you show her this morning?
Yes, Shonda, that's a 10:30 case. That's only
Ms.
by,
Hernandez, could you call back about 45 minutes?
Call back in 45 minutes.
Yeah. You're not scheduled till 10:30.
I have a letter here that says 9:30.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I show 10:30. Would you mind calling back in?
45 minutes?
Yep.
Okay, yes, that's fine.
Thank you, ma'am. I appreciate it. Okay. All right. And Mr. Mr. Blackburn, we'll see you at 10:30 perhaps?
Yes, Your Honor, I'll be here.
Okay,
Thanks,
Thank you, Your
Larry.
Honor.
great. All right, Mr. Poyster is here with Ms. Darton and Mr. Finney. What are we doing on that case, Mr. Poyster?
The owner have an agreement of the parties. It's a straight modification.
Okay. We're recording right now. All right. Today's date is May 2nd, 2022 in Gray County, Texas, call cause number 37282 in the interest of the Finney children. What says the state?
Your Honor, Teresa DePoyster, Assistant Attorney General for the Office of the Attorney General Child Support Division. I've had an opportunity to visit with both of the parties, and I have an agreement of the parties to announce to the court.
All right. Present by telephone is Lakeisha Darton. Are you ready to proceed, ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Ms. Darton,
Yes, ma'am.
are you ready to proceed?
And Judge, I think she's actually on the Zoom app too.
I can't hear you yet. There we go. Are you ready to proceed, Ms. Darton?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Also present by telephone is Tony Finney. Are you ready to proceed, Mr. Finney?
Yes, I am.
All right. If you'd both listen carefully, go ahead and announce it, Ms.
Yes, Your Honor. The parties have agreed due to the fact that the children are receiving a benefit due to Mr. Finney's Social Security disability, or Social Security is his understanding of it, but they do receive a monthly benefit, and a lump sum payment was paid. So the parties are in agreement that the new child support will begin at 0 on February 1st. So ending that prior obligation as of January 31st and setting it to 0 due to the children receiving the benefit through the obligor.
As of February 1st?
February 1st, 0.
Okay.
And then the health insurance is government health insurance, but due to the amount of the benefit that the children receive, the state is waiving any reimbursement for the government health insurance. So that will be 0 as well, beginning February 1st.
Okay.
And that's the full agreement of the parties, Your Honor.
Ms. Darton, is this what you're agreeing to today?
Yes, ma'am.
And you think it's good for the children?
Yes, ma'am.
Mr. Finney, is that what you're agreeing to today?
Yes.
And you also think it's in the best interest of your children?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm glad you were able to provide SSDI. That is excellent. And I'm going to waive court costs in this matter, since you were able to reach an agreement. I'm approving the agreement that you've made and announced today. Ms. DePoyster is going to prepare an order for my signature. There is a period of 3 business days during which anybody could request a hearing. If somebody does request a new hearing, you get a new hearing in front of Judge Vanderpool and he'd start over. But if nobody does that, this order starts to become final, and you should get a copy in the mail or by email within about 2 weeks. If you don't get one, please call the Amarillo AG's office and just remind them to send you one. All right?
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you both. Good luck to you and your families.
Thank you.
Okay,
All
thank
right,
you.
bye-bye.
Thank you, guys. Your Honor.